Okay, Education Gang. I'm Robbie Satterfield, and today we are going to be talking about this lesson plan right here. Okay, we got this right here. Alright, now that you read it all, we actually don't have to talk about it. Just kidding. Let me go over the materials that we're going to need for this lesson plan, these activities. You're going to need the book, Are You My Mother? Comparison chart, matching animal pictures, parent and offspring cards, how are we alike, student data sheet, and parent notes. And you can get these at the NSTA Connection. I would like to apologize. I am under the weather, so the audio is not going to be the best. It's my fault, not the equipment. All right, so let's just jump right into this lesson plan. It's for grades K through 2. Are You Like Me? It's about investigating hereditary. And I really like the setup of it. It's structured with the 5 E's, which are engage, explore, explain, elaborate, and evaluate. So we'll just go over those briefly. Engage is you start a class discussion, you ask them questions. So in this instance, it would be about hereditary. So you can ask them about how they look similar to their parents and why, or how certain animals they look like that species of animal and things like that. And then you would also read them the Are You My Mother book, and then you can engage with them by asking them the characteristics of the bird that's in that book, and then with its mother, and things like that. And then it'll strengthen their vocabulary that is relevant with this topic. So you'll have them describe some physical characteristics that the mother bird has in the book. Describe some how are the mother bird and baby bird similar? How are they different? What traits does the baby bird have that make it look like the mother, and so on and so forth. And you can do that with their parents and them, but also one thing that does say I really like in here, it says you want to maybe be a little sensitive to the fact that some kids might not live with their parents, their biological parents. So you can, instead of asking them personal questions, you can just tell them a story about you, or how you look towards your parents, or maybe how certain celebrities look towards their parents. If you can find a father-son or father-daughter, mother-daughter, whatever, celebrity couple that's popular. Okay, so and the next part of it is explore. It says using the animal picture set, and this is part of the materials. Discuss with students some traits that are passed down from parent to offspring. Help students understand that although traits may be similar, those traits may not be identical, and that's also important to understand. So let them know that, maybe your eyes or your nose or whatever looks very similar to one of your parents. It's not exactly the same, and everybody is, uniquely different in their own person. But that, due to heredity, it passes down a similar look. And it says next, ask students to consider the card sets showing parents and offspring of different animals and plants. Ask students to work in groups of 3 or 4 to examine the pictures and categorize each as being either a plant or an animal. I really like that. I like that it implements the multiple intelligences by getting the students into groups. Interpersonal. So that's a really good activity right there. The next one is explain. Ask each group to select one matched pair and describe the physical traits it recognized in the parent and offspring that helped it pair them together. Have students describe the physical trait, explain whether it makes the parent and offspring similar or identical, and tell whether there are any characteristics that are not the same between the two. So I like this because you're having the students themselves explain either in a group or to you or to the class what they see. And this is actually just a really good assessment in itself that can show you that they are understanding the content of hereditary or not. So I really like that a lot. The next one is elaborate. When students discuss the card pairs and the fact that human inherit traits from their parents, send them home with a how we are like. So this is the elaborators give them something to do at home, homework. Well, it's a very original idea. Just kidding. How we like student sheet and parent notes, and then the parents can also make their notes as well. Again, this is another way to assess them. The last part, evaluate. Again, it talks about the different ways that the students are going to be assessed, and you just want to make sure that they can display an understanding of the content and the information that's taught to them. The last part of it shows the connecting NGSS standards, next gen science standards. I don't think you can see all of them that well. Oh, there we go. Look at that. I really like the format of this too. It's laid out really nicely. And I really like the 5 E's, and I think that in the future I'll use this format even if it's not in a science science lesson plan. You can use this for anything. The 5 E's thing looks really good. It's actually the first time I saw it like this. But yeah, so that is the grades K through 2 Are You Like Me lesson plan. Thanks for watching.